Hello, we're from ChemPraxis, and today we'll be discussing Chemistry Paper 5 Variant 2, May-June 2020. We'll be investigating the temperature change when magnesium ribbon reacts with dilute sulfuric acid. Let's start by using a measuring cylinder to pour 20 milliliters of dilute sulfuric acid into a boiling tube. Then, measure the initial temperature of the acid using a thermometer. Place a 1 cm length of magnesium ribbon into the boiling tube and stir it using a thermometer. Remember to record the highest temperature of the mixture. Afterwards, repeat the experiment with 2 cm, 3 cm, 5 cm, and 6 cm lengths of magnesium ribbon. In this experiment, we can see that the longer the length of the magnesium ribbon, the higher the temperature increase, with experiment 5 having the largest increase. Using the table, we'll be able to create our graph. The graph must pass through 0, 0, as there is no reaction when no magnesium ribbon is used. Using the graph created, we can see that a 4 cm magnesium ribbon would create a temperature increase of around 13 degrees Celsius. Polystyrene cup can improve the accuracy of results obtained as it is an insulator. An insulator reduces heat transfer and prevents heat from getting lost into the surroundings. It would help the solution to maintain its temperature, and for question F, part 2, if the experiment is conducted using a polystyrene cup instead of a boiling tube, the line would be higher compared to the line while using a boiling tube. A pipette has more specific values in measuring than a measuring cylinder, however, it would be slower to use. For question 2, we'll be figuring out what solid L and solid M are. We can see that solid L is green in color. Place solid L into a boiling tube and pour 20 milliliters of distilled water into the boiling tube. After shaking the solution, test the pH of solution L. Add about a 1 cm depth of dilute nitric acid followed by a 1 cm depth of aqueous silver nitrate into solution L. Leave the test tube for at least 5 minutes. As we can see, after it has been left there for 5 minutes, white precipitate is formed. Add about 5 milliliters of aqueous sodium carbonate. There will be fizzing and gray-green precipitate is formed. Add aqueous sodium hydroxide until it is in excess, and no further changes can be seen. We can see that green precipitate is formed and the green solution is produced. Add aqueous ammonia until it is in excess and no further changes can be seen. We can see that gray-green precipitate is formed and it remains in excess. Throughout our experiment on solid L, we know that solid L contains chromium and chloride. Next, we'll be finding out what is within solid M. In this flame test, a yellow-colored flame can be observed. After placing solid M into a boiling tube, add about 10 milliliters of dilute nitric acid into the boiling tube. As we test for gas, we can see that bubbles are present and the lime water has turned milky. Using the same solution created in question 2i, add about a 1 cm depth of aqueous barium nitrate. We can see that there is no change in the solution. Throughout our experiment, we know that solid M contains sodium and carbonate.